The morning sun in Ball Harbor was a lie. It streamed through the immaculate glass of the mansion, gilding the marble countertops and the meticulously arranged breakfast. The air smelled of rich coffee and deception. "Working late again?" Melissa Wilson asked, setting a cup before her husband. Her voice was a calm, practiced melody. Every strand of her blonde hair was in place, a mirror of the elegant facade she maintained as a senior manager, as a wife. James didn't look up from his watch. Client dinner. A new project. He adjusted the cuff of his suit, a gesture as rehearsed as her question. The Hermes tie was a perfect, suffocating knot. "I'll work late too, then." Melissa smiled, the familiar script unfolding. "But the weekend will be nice. Family time." It was the mantra that sustained her. Family was everything. At the door, his kiss was a ghost of a touch. "I'm off." She watched his luxury car swallow him whole. A perfect wife in a perfect morning scene. The happiness she felt was a cage she didn't know she was in. The following Sunday, the family dinner was a tableau of soft light and antique silverware. "You look pale, dear," her mother, Carol, fretted, placing a fragrant roast chicken on the table. Her concern felt like a weight. "Why don't you slow down?" Her sister, Ashley, chimed in. Her smile was sharp beneath her flawless makeup. "My job is so much more flexible." The words were sugared poison. "I'm fine, just tired," Melissa reassured them, the reliable pillar of strength. Her father, Robert, launched into his well-worn tales of high finance. "It all comes down to trust," he boomed. "Family, business, trust." Carol nodded. "Appearances are so important." It was a peaceful evening. It was the last one. The nausea hit during a client meeting, a violent, undeniable truth. In the sterile silence of the doctor's office, another truth arrived. "Congratulations, Mrs. Wilson, you're pregnant." Joy, sharp and terrifying, bloomed in her chest. She reached for her phone, her fingers trembling as she tried to call James. The ringtone echoed into a void, a prelude to the silence to come. Days later, severe morning sickness brought her back to the hospital. As an IV dripped solace into her veins, she absently turned on the wall-mounted TV. A travel special bloomed on the screen, the ultimate luxury cruise. And then the world shattered. The camera panned to a smiling couple on the sun-drenched deck. The man, in an expensive suit, was James. The woman, clinging to his arm in a flashy summer dress, was Ashley. "It's a wonderful cruise," her sister chirped, her smile a brutal weapon. And behind them, sipping champagne, were her parents. No. Her hands moved with a life of their own. Phone, banking app, the joint account statement bled evidence, lavish, unexplained withdrawals. Then, the message history, James's business trips, her mother's little getaway, Ashley's time off. The lies connected, forming a perfect, monstrous picture. She dialed. He answered on the fourth ring. "What is it, Melissa?" His voice was the same gentle lie. "James, where are you?" She forced her voice to be flat, a still pond hiding a tsunami. "At the office." In a meeting. A faint echo of laughter and sea wind bled through the line. Melissa drew a breath, the last one of her old life. "Enjoy yourself." The words were ice. She ended the call. The silence in the room was absolute. On the TV, the happy family toasted their deception. They were all in on it. The thought was a cold fire, burning away the grief, leaving only hardened resolve. She rose from the bed and walked to the window. Miami glittered, a city of lies. In the distance, she could almost see the speck of the ship carrying her stolen life. "This ends now." Her hand rested on her stomach, a promise to the new life within. Her smile was a sad, fierce thing. "Mommy will make sure you have a happy life." When the nurse entered with test results, the woman who turned to accept them was unrecognizable. The hesitation was gone. Her eyes held a calm, terrifying determination. 3 days later, in the blue glow of her computer before dawn, Melissa unearthed the full extent of the betrayal. Ashley's private Instagram, accessed via a sympathetic ex-boyfriend, was a gallery of guilt. Photos of the cruise, posted a week ago, her family, toasting with champagne. "Don't tell big sis." Read a message from Ashley to their mother. "She's been getting sick so easily lately." The false concern was more damning than hatred. Then, James's company email, the password, Noted once in a moment of forgotten intuition. Opened a vault of sin. Dinner reservations with Ashley. Hotel receipts. Personal luxuries billed as client entertainment, a blatant abuse of his vice presidency. I have enough, she whispered to the silent room. Her call to the divorce lawyer was brief and clinical. Mrs. Wilson, with this evidence, the position is exceedingly strong. The corporate fraud is particularly significant. It's not enough, Melissa replied. She kept digging, following the money, her father's retirement funds, funneled into Ashley's real estate ventures, then siphoned into James's investment projects, a web of tax evasion and money laundering, all disguised as family trust. So this is what family bonds meant, she murmured, her smile bitter as she compiled the digital evidence, photos, emails, transaction records, enough to ruin them all. By 10 a.m., she faced a mountain of documents in her lawyer's office. Once we submit this, there's no going back, the lawyer cautioned. Melissa's pen was steady. My life has already reached the point of no return. The only sound was the scratch of her signature, each one a nail in the coffin of her old life. On a tablet, a social media post was ready, a single sentence to accompany the photo of the happy traders on the deck. To my beloved family, thank you for the wonderful memories, and goodbye. She picked up the pen. It was time to burn their perfect world to the ground. The post and the whistleblowing report are ready to go at a moment's notice. Melissa rose and went to the window. The glittering skyline of Miami lay below, a web of secrets about to be torn open. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., she said, her voice calm and final. Let them wake up to the truth. This was not vengeance. It was an excavation. She was scraping away the rot to lay a new foundation for herself, and for the child growing within her. She placed a hand on her stomach. Can you feel mommy's strength, little one? A steady pulse answered her, a tiny drumbeat of resolve. That evening, she returned to the mansion for the last time. The living room was a gallery of lies, the smiling wedding portrait, the vacation photos with her parents, the sisterly embrace with Ashley. Each frame was a monument to a life that had never been real. One by one, she packed them away into a cardboard box. The click of the lid was the sound of a chapter closing forever. Dawn broke, the city stirred, and from the distant port, a low horn bellowed. The cruise ship was returning. Welcome home, Melissa whispered, a cold smile touching her lips. Her first move was digital. With a steady finger, she posted the curated evidence to social media. To my beloved family, thank you for the wonderful memories. Did you enjoy the cruise? The attached photos, James and Ashley coiled together, her parents' clinking glasses, were a silent, devastating bomb. Next, the corporate whistleblowing portal. She attached the file, a comprehensive ledger of her husband's sins, falsified expenses, embezzlement, the whole sordid trail. The click of the send button echoed in the quiet room. Almost instantly, her phone erupted. A torrent of notifications, shock, sympathy, outrage, flooded the screen. News alerts bloomed on her monitor. Investment bank VP embroiled in scandal. The perfect facade of Miami high society had a new, jagged crack. She ignored the vibrating phone until his name appeared. James. Melissa, what the hell is this? His voice was a panicked scramble. Welcome back, James. I trust the cruise was pleasant. Her voice was arctic. Let me explain. All communication goes through my lawyer. Goodbye. She ended the call. Then came her mother's number. Then Ashley's. She blocked each one in turn. By 10 a.m., the news vans had descended. On the live feed, she watched them scramble off the ship, faces buried from the cameras, their perfect world collapsing around them in real time. Her lawyer called. They've offered a settlement, a significant one. No, Melissa said, her voice flat. I don't want their money. I want the truth, all of it. By evening, the fallout was comprehensive. A final, desperate text arrived from James. You've destroyed us. Why? Melissa typed a single, cold reply. You taught me the true meaning of family. She powered off her phone. The silence was absolute, and it was hers. 1 year later, the M. Wilson Consulting office in Seattle was bathed in the gentle light of Puget Sound. From a cozy glass-walled nook, the gurgles of 3-month-old Emma filled the space. Ms. Wilson, The board members for the new chapter foundation have arrived. Melissa smiled at her secretary. The foundation, born from her own ashes, was now a lifeline for other women rebuilding their lives. After the meeting, she sat at her desk. A Miami newspaper lay open, showing a grainy photo of a haggard James facing indictment. Ashley, the article noted, had lost her license and worked a retail job. Her parents had vanished into obscurity. Melissa felt nothing, no anger, no triumph, only the quiet certainty of a balance sheet finally settled. That evening, she walked with Emma in the park. The spring air was clean. "Good evening, Ms. Wilson." The voice was familiar. "Drive. Johnson, Emma's pediatrician." Their chats had become a pleasant routine. "If you're free," he said, a little shyly. "Perhaps dinner sometime?" Melissa smiled. A genuine, unburdened expression. "Thank you, I'd like that." Later, as she watched Emma sleep, the city lights of Seattle twinkling outside, Melissa felt a profound peace. This was not a victory over others, but a victory for herself. A new city, a purpose-driven career, a daughter she adored, and the quiet promise of new connections. She kissed her daughter's forehead. "Mommy is happy, Emma, truly happy." Tomorrow was a blank page, and she was ready to fill it with light.